Hey everybody, we are live. I'm just sending out the notifications, making sure I got everything ready to go. Hello, hello. Welcome, thank you for joining us. As always, we're going to give it a couple minutes, let people jump in. We are live. Putting it out on the Discord. Get the shareable link. Welcome, welcome, hello. So today we are looking at Character Creator 5. It says Character Creator 4 in the title because this was made before we had our plugin 100% ready to go. Now our plugin is working. We released a video on it, so we'll play in Character Creator 5. For the MetaTailor half of it, it's pretty much exactly the same. So why not show you the most up-to-date version? Hello everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks for hopping on. Hello, hello. In the chat, I've dropped the Discord link to join our amazing Discord. Let's see, has there any been... Just give it about one more minute because we got a couple people on here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. But welcome to our Saturday live stream, the penultimate, that means second from the last, live stream in the MetaTailor University series, and we'll wrap that up next week as we look at our Unreal Engine plugin and its integration with the MetaHumans. So that'll be a lot of fun next week. This week, once again, we're looking at Character Creator 5. We're looking at the trial version because that's what I have, so everybody can do exactly what I'm doing today. If you're a pro MetaTailor user, or if you have the free version of MetaTailor, you can do most of it. You can't get the plugins. But if you're a pro MetaTailor version user and you have no license to Character Creator 5, you can try their trial and do exactly what I'm doing. If you've got free MetaTailor, you can do all the MetaTailor stuff I'm doing. You just can't use the plugin or the tools. But I'll highlight all the cool stuff we can do between the pro version of MetaTailor, the trial version of Character Creator 5 as we're going through it. So welcome, welcome. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, as always, hi everybody, and welcome to the MetaTailor live stream. Today we're looking at Character Creator 5 and MetaTailor's plugin, the interaction between those two. So that's what we're playing with. And as we're doing that, we're gonna look at a really cool tool that MetaTailor has called the Mesh Extractor, which works really, really well with Character Creator characters. It can work on any character you pull down from the web, but the way Character Creator characters are designed, this Mesh Extractor works exceptionally well. So I was looking forward to saving, kind of highlighting this feature until this stream. As always, if you like this live stream, if you like these videos, if you like MetaTailor, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you are all signed up for everything YouTube because we push out new videos, we push out live streams almost every Saturday, so keep an eye out for that. If you need any support or if you're interested in the MetaTailor community, please join us on our Discord channel. I have linked the Discord channel link in the chat. If you need it again, feel free to ask. We're happy to send that to you. Our Discord channel is amazing. We've got a great support community. If you've got questions, concerns, quandaries, you can drop them in the chat. And our developers and myself, we are in there kind of keeping an eye on it. And if it's something we can answer, well, of course we can answer it. We will answer it for you or reach out to you and have you send us information and get to the bottom of your issues. So please join us on our Discord community. On top of that, our Discord community is just kind of like 3D professionals across all spheres. So if you've got questions on Maya's integration, ZBrush's integration, Character Creator 5's integration, Unreal's integration into MetaTailor, and how they kind of all interact with each other, feel free to ask that in there as well, because there are professionals in all of those fields hang out in our Discord community. It really is a great place to get your questions answered, to hang out and show all the cool work you're showing. So that's our Discord community. The other bonus to our Discord community is you get notifications of all these live streams, and sometimes we have secret live streams. I don't know who said that, but oftentimes when we have new information, new pushes, new what's the word I'm looking for? Updates and plugins and stuff like that, the first people to find out are those of you who are on our Discord, and you get to see secret live streams before we bring it to YouTube. So please join our Discord channel to get the most recent updates, to get all the notifications on all our videos and everything along those lines. So that's our Discord channel. That's my plug here at the beginning. Like I said, let's jump into our MetaTailor University series. This is the penultimate lecture, if you will, before our last one next week. We're looking at Character Creator 5 and MetaTailor. I am using MetaTailor Pro. I'm using a trial version of Character Creator 5, so if you don't have Character Creator 5, you can still do everything I'm doing today. So let's go ahead and start and take a look at our programs. Enough about me babbling about it. Let's actually look at it. All right, so I'm in MetaTailor to start with. We don't need to be in MetaTailor to start with, but there's a couple things we want to check and take a look at. And as always, you see all these wonderful, cool characters and all these cool outfits. All of these have always been featured on all of our videos and all of our live streams. So if there's if there's ever anything you are interested in or want to know more about, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to share any of these characters that are sitting in here. So the first thing we want to check before we jump into anything is to make sure our plugin is ready. Now, this is a feature for our MetaTailor Pro users. So I can go to my plugins right here, plays this cool video. I'll just make sure it's muted. And you want to make sure it's enabled. But there's one more thing we want to check. So the plugin was originally built for Character Creator 4, and you might have installed it when you had Character Creator 4. Now we're into Character Creator 5. So there is one change you will have to do. If you were using Character Creator 4 and you've moved to Character Creator 5, and it doesn't hurt to just check this before we jump into it. And so that's going to be hitting this gear wheel right here at the top. Can I zoom in? No, well, let me zoom in on this one. Why not? Should. Let me zoom in. Okay. But it's this gear wheel right here. You can click on this. And so here is your path. Your path is where this exists. So you can see mine's in my C drive under program files, the Real Vision folder, the Character Creator 5, bin64, character creator.exe. If I wanted to, I can go into my documents. If I can pull them up. And under my documents, I'll go to my C drive. Then go to program files. And I know this is not on the screen, so I want to get into Realusion before I show you all that. So I went to my C drive, my program files, and then I got into Realusion. And so in here, this is where I can start finding the rest of this path. So I went to C, Program Files, Realusion. Now it was set to Character Creator 4. I installed mine in the same exact place. So that means all I had to change was this number right here, from 4 to 5. Whenever I wanted to change it back, I could change it from 5 to 4, and it'll work perfectly. Yours might be in a different spot. But overall, then you could keep going through Character Creator 5, bin64, and down here, here's that Character Creator EXE, so I know that's the correct folder, and there's that path. You could also type this path directly into this bar if you're a Windows user. If you're a Mac user, the movements are generally the same, the folders look a little different, but you just kind of still follow that path. Find the location of where it is. But right now we don't have Mac support, so I guess that was a pointless part of that. I'm always just tuned to helping out my Mac users for anything that they have questions on. But that's how you would find that. So I just had to change mine from 4 to 5, and there you go. And then it's ready to go. Then you hit save, close out, and the path is ready. Then the plugin's ready to go. So we don't start in MetaTailor. We're going to start over in Character Creator 5. So I already have Character Creator 5 open, so we didn't have to wait for all that. And once again, I am using a trial version. So if you don't have Character Creator 5, that's fine. Go ahead and download the trial. Everything still works for 20 days or 30 downloads, I think it is, or 30 exports. So I'll go ahead and close out of this. I've got Character Creator 5. And so they've got all these really cool characters in here. When I first did this, when I first opened Character Creator 5, I did have to kind of like download a package that is just free. It's additional with Realusion's Character Creator 5, and that gave me all of these really cool models. All these specific to Character Creator 5 models. So you can see here's Aaron and Ariana. Those are Character Creator 5. You can tell by the little, there's my zoom. You can tell by the little CC5 logo there. Got some CC3 logos with Kevin and Camilla. But what's really cool is some of these down here that we're gonna play with. We've got Ariana in her clothes. We've got Aaron right here. We've got this Gibro, and we've got this Mila. Mila is featured in our YouTube video, kind of walking you through this exact same setup that we did before. So I'm gonna grab one of these. I'm gonna start with, let's do Aaron. I was debating between those two because I know what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Gibro and get Gibro all set up. I think putting Aaron's clothes on Gibro would be easier than putting Ariana's clothes on Gibro. Last week I got a little silly. I should calm down the silly this week. So it always takes a second. Character Creator 5 isn't as fast as MetaTailor. But let that load up, get all those characters in there, get all those clothing items, texture items, and there's Aaron ready to go. Now, do keep in mind, I still have MetaTailor open in the background. You do need to have both programs open for this plugin to be able to talk back and forth between them. So MetaTailor is still open and Character Creator 5 is open at the same time. If you don't have Character Creator 5 open and you try to send it over from MetaTailor, MetaTailor will open the program for you normally. That's awesome. MetaTailor is really cool like that. If you don't have MetaTailor open and you click on the MetaTailor plugin button up here, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Click on the MetaTailor button up here. If you click on that and MetaTailor is not open, Character Creator 5 just will fail. It won't open MetaTailor for you. So you always want to make sure you have MetaTailor open in the background. All right, so here's Aaron. I can go ahead and remember which click for, I thought it was, there it goes. Right click for Character Creator 5 to spin around and see this really cool character. He's got his own animations we can play and see him idle. He looks like an actor. Can't think of the actor's name right now. Maybe a comedian? I can't remember. No, he's given Nate Bargatze. That's what he's given. He looks like a little bit like Nate Bargatze to me. All right. So we've got this character. So we want to send him over to MetaTailor. So we'll go up and we'll hit the MetaTailor button. And so here it's yelling at me, hey, you only have 20 days or 26 exports left. That's okay. I'm not going to burn through them all in the trial period. So I'll go ahead and hit OK. I'm not going to hit update. I always hit update. I'll go ahead and hit OK. And it'll send it over to MetaTailor, and it's ready to go. Now, I did know we had a couple bugs yesterday with the plugin. I did see there were some Character Creator bugs yesterday. It looks like they've all been ironed out. I tested it earlier today, and everything worked just fine. Of course, it's not a Mark live stream without something going wrong at some point. But we'll see. We'll give it a run through now. But just heads up, we did have some Character Creator and bugs, so hopefully Character Creator helped us iron that all out. MetaTailor side, clean, perfect, wonderful. All right, and then we just wait. We hang out, we wait for that bar to go through, and then it'll open up in MetaTailor. Oh, that's loaded. We can pop over to MetaTailor, take a look. Got some fun creations. Maybe we'll put Aaron in something tactical, or even the Spartan outfit. We'll take a look at what I've got left over. Jump into our marketplace. This is the MetaTailor homepage. If you're unfamiliar with it, if you're just jumping in and you didn't see our previous lectures, I'm calling them lectures because the theme of this month has been back to school. The very first one we went through was the basics of MetaTailor, beginning MetaTailor 101, where we went through these tabs, we went through the marketplace, we went through the basic tools, basic character, and all that other stuff. That was the very first live stream. That's 4 weeks ago now. This is the fourth one. So that was Basics 101. After that, we got to 102, which was importing clothing. A really big part of MetaTailor is importing clothing from anywhere on the web. That's kind of the biggest feature of MetaTailor is you don't have to use our marketplace. Our marketplace is loaded with tons of clothes, but you don't have to use that. You can use clothes from, Fab, Sketchfab, DeviantArt, TurboSquid, wherever you get your 3D assets, it'll work in MetaTailor. As long as it's an OBJ, FBX, it'll work in MetaTailor. You can import those in. The third one was importing avatars. That was last week, where we bring in actual characters, any characters from anywhere. So keep that in mind. Now, so you might have noticed something. While I was talking, my screen changed, and it just came up with title your project. That means Character Creator 5 finished on the other side, and it's saying, hey, let's go ahead and create Aaron. So let's call him Live Aaron. And hit confirm. So as soon as that pops up, that means Character Creator 5 did all of its exporting, it's ready to go, and it's bringing it into MetaTailor. And look at that, importing so much faster than it was exporting. It's almost done already. So what we didn't look at last week with the avatars were these Character Creator avatars or the MetaHuman avatars, because we're focusing on those this week and next week. So that's the only thing we didn't cover. We were covering more avatars pulled randomly from the web with a secret avatar at the end of that live stream if you want to go back and take a look at that. All right, almost done getting those textures in. The integration between these two products is absolutely seamless. It works perfectly almost all the time. Like I said, yesterday we had bugs gone. It works perfectly. It brings these characters over, they're ready to get dressed, get changed, and send right back to Character Creator 5. The longest part is just this importing and exporting on either side. Everything else just works super smooth, super fast. So as soon as this is done importing, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But it's really fascinating how well these products just go together. They just click. All right, so here's Aaron. Woo. Sometimes some level of detail issues happen with the Character Creator clothes. As you can see, he loses his pants if we zoom in too close. But there he is. All right, so it comes in first. It wants us to start like naming our avatar and getting everything all set. So we'll call this Aaron from CC5. Scale is fine. We don't have to apply a pose or merge hierarchies. We talked about that a little bit last stream, but that's kind of getting the pose in the right spot if it's not already in the right spot. But Aaron's perfect. You can change any colors or anything of the materials. You can see he's coming in with a lot of materials. So we're not going to change anything. We'll just go ahead and hit next step. There it goes. So this is the Mesh Extractor. It was thinking for a moment because he's got so many parts. It was trying to determine what is something you'd want to extract and what is something you wouldn't want to extract. So you can see here it's already started it for us and it's done a pretty good job. So what the Mesh Extractor is doing is looking at all the individual meshes. So if we were to export this out of Character Creator 5 as, say, an FBX, the shirt, the pants, the shoes, those are separated. If we brought that into Maya or Blender or some other 3D content creator, so you would be able to see that those were separate meshes. Now, when you export it as an FBX, it's one big file. When you bring it into MetaTailor, it recognizes those as separate meshes, and it puts them into this Mesh Extractor saying, hey, we see there's a character in the background, and we see he's already wearing a shirt and pants. Do you want us to bring those shirt and pants and just automatically add them to your library for any other outfit or character? Absolutely, I would love that. So that's what the Mesh Extractor is doing right here. So it's saying, hey, on Aaron right here, we've got all of these different files. We see all of these different, what do you want to call them? Meshes. I'm forgetting the word there, but you can see there's the brows, the base body, the base eye, eye occlusion, the tear line, the teeth, the tongue. It already did a great job keeping all of that off of the extraction. We're not extracting any of those. Eyelashes, that's great. We've got our shirt, trousers, sneakers. I'm going to keep the stubble, and I'm going to put the stubble in its own kind of category. So I'm going to click through that until I get a new color. So you can see there's the stubble. It's got the slick back. All right, so that's all of his hair. So that's fine. We'll put that slick back on there. I didn't know if it was separating this kind of brow part and the hair part, but we'll make the hair all of its own thing. We'll leave the eyebrows on for this character. We'll leave that as part of the avatar and not the hair. If you wanted to include the eyebrows, all you would have to do is find the eyebrow in here. Base eye, tear line, teeth, tongue, where are you? Brows. And then it becomes part of the hair. But we're not going to do that. So we'll go through. You'll see it cuts it out. That means it's not going to import it at all. It won't even import it to the mesh, but we don't want that. We want it part of the mesh. Aaron CC5, we've extracted everything. So it has already separated all of these out for us. The only thing MetaTailor is asking is, okay, what category do you want to put these under? We'll extract them for you, but what do you want to classify it as? And it seems pretty straightforward. This will be hair. This will be shirt. This will be trousers. You'll be like thinking to yourself, why doesn't MetaTailor just do this part for me? Well, that's because sometimes you may know what it is, but MetaTailor's like, are you sure? Like, let's say stubble. Would we put stubble under hair? Or would we put stubble under, what I'm going to put it under, head? I personally would rather my library have stubble under head because it's on the face. It's more like a mask or something like that. I don't want to include it with the hair. When I look up my hair category, I just want to see hair. I don't want to see beards. So that's why MetaTailor doesn't just do this for you, because you have to decide how you want your library to look. And your library could look absolutely different from mine depending on what you're importing and what you're bringing in. So that's entirely up to you where you want things. If you don't want any shirts under here, any long sleeve shirts under shirts, because you consider shirts to just be t-shirts and this is more of a jacket, I don't know why you'd think that. You have the ability, the control to do that with the Mesh Extractor. All right, with everything selected, we can just hit next step. And it takes us to the final part of our avatar importing. This is going to look familiar from last week. This is the final part of avatar importing. Now, once again, MetaTailor, Character Creator 5, they work wonderfully together. It lands almost all of these points exactly where they need to be. Now, I say almost, and I'm going to steal a joke from somebody on our Discord, that the developers, whoever made MetaTailor, must have been on Voldemort's crew, as somebody on our Discord pointed out, because all of their nose tips are missing. One never knows where to put that nose tip. And when I read that on our Discord, I laughed out loud. So kudos if you go back in our Discord. If you're one of those, if you're the person who cracked that joke and you're watching today, I give you the utmost kudos because that was hilarious. All of us have been working in this program for over a year. At least me, I've been working for over a year. Our creators, our developers, longer than a year. And I have never heard that joke before, so that was great. I made a mental note to myself. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to steal it. So you can see I'm just flipping around the body, double-checking all the other parts. Everything else looks good. Everything else looks in place. So really the only thing I had to fix right there was our nose tip on Voldemort here. So let's go ahead and hit next step. And then it's going to finish importing this avatar. It's ready to go. What's really neat is because he came in with clothes from Character Creator 5, and we set that up in the Mesh Extractor. The Mesh Extractor is essentially going to take all those clothes off and put all those clothes back on. And we don't have to do the additional step of pose matching because the extractor knows the clothes and the pose are already matching, and that rhymes. So we don't have to go through and move those arms and, like I said, go gum all over the place and have all those arms stretch in weird ways or trying to line those up because the avatar and the clothes came together and MetaTailor is smart enough to recognize that. But now we're going to have those shirts, those trousers, those shoes, that hairstyle all in our library. It has taken them and has taken them as dumb meshes from Character Creator 5 and it's turned them into the MetaTailor smart meshes so we can put those on any character and any avatar. And as I'm talking, you can see it's putting all the clothes back on our character right here. Successfully imported. He's ready to go. Beard looks a little wacky because the transparency is not filing. It's already made a really cool change. I can't wait to show you this really cool change it just did. It just tucked in the shirt. This is one of my favorite features of MetaTailor. When I was first looking into MetaTailor and learning about when I was first looking into MetaTailor and kind of learning what this program did, this feature right here, the dynamic layering, is what sold me on this product as better than anything I've ever seen before. It seems so simple, but it's such a powerful tool. And so importing this stuff in, it just imported it in the order that it kind of was sitting in its own stack. But what it didn't do is, if we go back to Character Creator 5, is Aaron right here is untucked. Aaron right here looks like a tired school teacher. Untucked shirt, kind of sad eyes, for lack of a better word. But he kind of looks like a sad school teacher, end of the day, ready to go grade some homework. When we bring him into MetaTailor from Character Creator 5, it's tucked his shirt in. He is now a Miami club owner. His pants are skin tight. His shirt is tucked in. He's got a little bit of a V, showing a little bit of chest right there. His eyes are no longer sad. He's more suave. And that's just by tucking in the shirt. And I think I made the shirt a little bit more dark, a little bit blacker than the green shirt from the other one. So now he feels like a Miami club owner. But that's the power of the dynamic layers over here. I could just take these pants and drag them back underneath the shirt. Boom. We're back at 9th period of school. We're back at parent-teacher conferences. Bring those pants back up. Pitbull's playing later. Shots are half off. Now, I don't like how the stubble's looking. I don't like how that's coming in, so I'm going to just X out that stubble. Get rid of that. The hair doesn't bother me. Hair looks good. Shoes. Pants are tucked into the shoes. I don't like that. Drag those shoes down. Drag that up. Boom, boom, boom. Let it tailor itself. There we go. Ah, he looks so suave. He looks so good. Like I said, these clothes are part of our library now. So I can go to my avatars and I can come down and here's that orc from last week. I can change avatar transfer. Let's see how well it puts this outfit on this guy. Big, muscular character. Besides his biceps and legs ripping through the fabric a little bit, which we can fix with our tools, he's wearing the same outfit. Completely different body type. All we have to do is kind of crank this thickness up a little bit, and boom. It's covering those biceps. It's built for a much more thick character. Now he's looking like a Hulk. He's looking like a handsome Hulk. And what's really cool is both with this character and if we wanted to go back to this brand new avatar we just brought in, Aaron right here. We could transfer it all the way back to Aaron. Both of them can be animated using our viewport settings. I like club owner Aaron better. Go back to our viewport settings, give him the same catwalk. A couple hiccups on the knee right here. We could probably fix that just by one second, cranking up that thickness on those pants where it's popping a little bit. Little too thick. I was overcompensating. I wasn't letting MetaTailor finish thinking. You can dial that down a little bit more. Let it think, let it tailor. Oof, just a little bit. There's some more things we can do, and that's only when it's doing this catwalk right here. But we can definitely find a happy medium to get that into a nice spot right there. All right, so this is using the clothes that Aaron, I keep wanting to call him Kevin. This is using the clothes that Aaron came with. Let's put Aaron in a completely different outfit and hairstyle. Let's lose everything. Let's go back to our clothing. So we can use some of the clothing we had from before. So if I wanted to, I really like this Counter-Strike shirt. Let's apply that. But let's go to our marketplace and find some different pants. So we got this really cool shirt that was stolen from Counter-Strike. But now let's go to our marketplace and take a look at what else we have. So our marketplace is available for our pro users. Our pro users get access to everything in this marketplace. Everything comes included with your pro subscription, with the exception of one thing, and that is stuff made by artists like you. You as an artist can apply down here in the bottom left to become a seller on our marketplace. You can sell your content on our marketplace. So anything you see that's kind of under, you can see these names right here. We've got Javi, Makila, we've got Sadie, Sade. They have been around forever. Sadie's been putting stuff up all the time. This stuff, if you are a user, you would have to pay for because Sadie made this, and Sadie's making a profit off of this. So this is featuring artists, like I said, like yourself, and you can apply to become one yourself. So this stuff is in the marketplace, but we're going to avoid that for right now. Let's go back home. Avoid our stuff right there, and let's go to, I wanted some pants. So let's go to our, where's our clothing? Sorry, clothing type, pants. So I want something to go with that, and let's get rid of Sadie's pants right there. I had the filter for Sadie right there. What's something that'll go with those Counter-Strike shirt? Well, these zombie camo pants would go very well, but those feel a little too bloody to me. We've got this, those are more hip-hop pants. I thought that was camouflage for a second, but then I zoomed in and saw those a little bit more hip-hop pants. Military police pants could work. A little bit too high of camo. These zombie cowboy pants, still kind of bloody. Let's see what else we have. What would go well? The Shadow Blade pants right here would work well. Just this classic slim cut jeans. Let's do this. Indigo classic slim cut jeans. It doesn't have to be dirty. It doesn't have to be rugged. This could be day one of Survivor. The premiere, we're just landing on the island. All right, so we downloaded those. Where did they go? I scrolled away. There they are. I can hit apply, and it'll put these jeans that I just downloaded on my character. If I want to, drag that down. Now here's something we don't talk about a ton. If you wanted to, if you are a professional 3D user, if you're somebody who's very comfortable in 3D programs, we have a video on it out in our YouTube channel, but we really haven't done this on the live stream because it's getting a little nitty gritty. It's getting a little bit behind the scenes. But let's say you did want to add a little bit of grunge to these pants specifically. You really like the cut of these pants. You like how they look. The only thing is you do want to add a little grunge to these. You can absolutely do that. This is how flexible MetaTailor is. When you go to export this character, you can go to export and you can export it out just with your own export path as an FBX. When you do that, it's going to export out the, where is it? Tools. It's going to export out the texture maps, and you're going to have these texture maps, and you can bring the FBX, the pants, the texture maps into something like Substance Painter or Blender and do your own grunge layer, do your own paint layer, or anything like that on top of that. You can do your own customization for anything in MetaTailor by exporting it out, bringing it into a third-party program like Substance Painter or Blender. You could add logos. You could add, like I said, grunge, tears, different normal maps and stuff like that, and then bring that back into MetaTailor. You can bring all of those normal maps. You can change them out, swap them out for the new ones you created to really customize this to the next level. Now, that isn't to say you couldn't change the hue, saturation, and value in here in MetaTailor into your tools, but any changes you make in here don't stick. They don't get exported. Those are MetaTailor only changes. But if you change the texture maps and bring those back in, you could absolutely customize these pants to however you want. You can definitely go in and edit these pants and do whatever you need to them. All right, so you've got some pants on. Let's go find some boots. Let's go to my content browser. I'll find boots that I've already had before, so let's go to shoes. Those are the sneakers that Aaron came with. Let's find something. Pyro boots feel a little wild. Let's just do shooting instructor boots. Perfect. And this is a MetaTailor asset. So this was a pro asset that I pulled from the marketplace in a previous stream. These feel like they match. All right, and let's mirror it over so we have one on either side. So the pants are just a little too clean. They do feel a little dorky. So let's go ahead and clear those pants out. I can't get that out of my mind. Let's go back to our marketplace, find some better pants. Category, clothing. Maybe we'll go with those bloody cowboy pants. Clothing type. Pants. What's cool is we are updating our marketplace all the time. This full body 70s suit, I don't think I've ever seen that. I think that's brand new. Hand frill, volcanic crown. I don't think I saw that last week. That's all brand new stuff. We're always adding more stuff to our library. So it is absolutely, I mean, there's 100 reasons why getting pro is worth it, but just the ever expanding marketplace, huge reason. Why did I click jackets? I meant to hit pants. Huge reason to absolutely get pro if you don't have it. They're a little red. I was hoping for, I'm sure if I scroll far enough, these Wasteland Warrior, there we go. Wasteland Warrior. Those feel too rugged? Let's see. Let's get these on our Ken Barbie doll here. No, those feel good. Those feel like they match. Drag them down below those boots. They were built for somebody with a little less muscular thighs. Oh, my tools. So we just always add some thickness. Boom. Let's bring it below the shirt because it looks like it had a belt that's not on there. So let's put the shirt on top. There we go. They're a little short. They're a little bit like capris. Yeah, they're probably made for a female character or somebody with longer boots. But I'm happy with this. So we've got our character all set up. Completely different outfit from completely different places. Let's go ahead and send this back to Character Creator 5. You might have noticed this already, but when I go ahead and hit export, there is the send to CC4 button. It doesn't say CC5 yet because it's a CC4 plugin, but we made those changes at the very beginning. We fixed the path, so all we have to do is hit that button, and we'll wait for it to export. We'll let it run, we'll let it do its thing, and it'll send it over to Character Creator 5, and we can see this whole outfit on our Character Creator 5 character in Character Creator 5. It's done. Minimize it. Open up Character Creator 5. It's importing that FBX file, so we'll give it a beat. There he is. There's Nate Bargatze ready to go on Survivor Season 50. and it animates and it moves. It's rigged to the body. Now the physics, how it interacts with the body, that is using Character Creator 5's physics engine. It's not using our physics maps. Those did not get transferred over. There are ways where you can absolutely bring how you built it and how it takes the weight transfers from MetaTailor and bring that over to Character Creator 5. That's just like 5 extra steps we're not going to go into today. Probably even more than that. But it is applying Character Creator 5's animation, Character Creator 5's rig to it. You do a walk. There it is. And even that, it's not clipping too bad. Good camera angle in there. All right, so that's the basics of it. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun. Let's do a non-human character. I'm not going to save anything I have right here. Let's go ahead and get Gibro, a new Character Creator 5. Let's go ahead and hit Replace All. While that's thinking, we'll go over to MetaTailor. We'll go home. We'll save this. Back to our home page. Let's get Gibro in here. He looks really cool. I was really excited when I saw this, when I was doing the very first video, kind of walking everybody through the plugin that's on YouTube from 1 week, 2 weeks ago. I'm like, oh, there's Gibro. I can't do Gibro for this video because I want to do Gibro in the live stream. I want to look at this outfit. I want to look at this character live. He's such a cool little avatar. Mila, this avatar right here is very cool as well. So I wasn't too torn that I didn't get to do Gibro because we got to use this really cool cartoon character. I always love this cartoony style between these two. He's giving kind of Dobby vibes. All right. So he's ready to go. He's got the motion. Let's do an idle. It doesn't matter when you're exporting it. I just want to see the character more of an idle pose than the walking pose. All right, Dobby, let's go. Let's send you over to MetaTailor. Click the button, and we have 25 exports left. That's okay. If you have any questions or concerns about MetaTailor or Character Creator 5, I'm not as much of an expert in Character Creator 5 as I am in MetaTailor. But if you've had any questions, feel free to reach out in the chat, shoot them out. We'll take a look at them. I'm here. We've got some other people from MetaTailor here with me to answer those questions. We're doing great on time today. I want to extract out these goggles. This is a really cool blacksmith kind of vest. I want to see this in the Mesh Extractor and see what kind of different pieces we have and even throw it on different avatars. Now, something I didn't mention before, as we're about to jump over to MetaTailor. Something I did not mention before is you have to have the same avatar up in Character Creator 5 as you are exporting. It'll still export over, but it'll put the clothes on the character the wrong way. It'll be putting Aaron's clothes on Gibro at Aaron's size and an Aaron's kind of bone structure, like rigging bone structure, not physical bone structure, if that makes sense. So it'll just break Character Creator 5 and make it look ugly. So you always want to make sure you have the same avatar open in Character Creator 5 as you do MetaTailor. That was one thing I forgot to mention as we exported that back. But Gibro's ready. Let's open up MetaTailor. Create another character right here. Here he is, short little weird dude. Completely different body type than almost anything else I have in here. So like another reason I was super excited for this avatar. Short, lanky arms, weird body. And the risk of sounding weird, let's see what's under these clothes. This does work with any clothing. A lot of the clothing that I'm working on, a lot of the stuff that I have in my library is pulled from Sketchfab. Heck, we could even do that live on stream right here, Steve. We'll hop over to Sketchfab and find something to put Dobby in just live here on the stream and show you how easy it works. Clothing from anywhere. All right, here we go. We got to call him Dobby CC5. Everything else is all set. Let's go ahead and hit next step. Bring it over to our Mesh Extractor. Oh my gosh, perfect job. I don't even have to do anything. Body, eyes, teeth, tongue, eyebrows, eye. Perfect. All right, apron. I'm going to call my apron, do I call it a shirt or call it a vest? I think I'm going to call it a vest. We got our belt, call that belt. Got our boots, call those shoes. Got our glasses, our goggles, we're going to call that head. Got our pants, call that pants. Next step. Look how easy this is. Click, click, click. Oh my God, he's so ugly. I love this alien little weirdo. All right. Everything is in place, except for the nose tip. And if you think about it, the nose tip is one of the hardest things for this to try to automatically place. Each character's nose is in a completely different spot, completely different shape. All right. Next step. Let's go peek at Sketchfab. Before I bring Sketchfab over to the screen, let me get to something that doesn't have stuff YouTube will be mad at me for. Fashion and style, downloadable, make it free so you can all get the same thing I got. Sort by date. Let's do this month. Most liked. Let's do most viewed. There's some neat stuff in here. Some high-end stuff. We're just scrolling, making sure everything is safer than normal. Let's do shirt. I mean, if we're being true to form, we should be giving Dobby a sock for the first thing. But we'll start with the shirt. All right, so I just went over to Sketchfab. Right here, we've got a whole bunch of shirts. We can put any of these on here. Let's take a look. I was drawn to this polo right here. I don't think I have a polo like this in my library. It looks good. It looks clean. It looks easy. This is something I would wear. That looked pretty low poly there in its little preview. This is a download 3D model. It comes in an FBX. It's hitting all the check boxes. Drop this t-shirt right here on my desktop, and we'll go ahead and try to import this in just a second. Let's look at pants. Let's make this how about once again, just making sure everything's work safe before I drag it over. Don't need the stream getting cut down. I typed in shorts. See if we can't make a little bit of like a frat bro Dobby. Ooh, is a collared shirt and gym shorts frat bro-y enough? I was thinking more like cargo shorts or golf shorts. But I might be able to go with gym shorts. And then for the last thing, let's see if we've got a backwards cap. All right, let's fix this real quick. Put this apron on top. There we go. And put the belt on top of all of that. Now he's looking like he did in Character Creator 5. Having a little trouble with the goggles. You can see the goggles are trying to go around those ears because it's turned him into a smart mesh. All I have to do is uncheck effects layering and it wraps around the head properly. Now he's looking like he did in Character Creator 5. But like I said, let's hop over to our marketplace real quick. And let's look at hat. That one's pretty good. I think that's our winner right there. This is from an artist. I've got a special super secret dev version. So you can see this is from City GXDS Studio. So I get access to this with my super secret dev version. You would have the option to try this on. This is a feature that only MetaTailor has. There's no other program out there that lets you try stuff on, which is amazing. So if you're looking to purchase something from MetaTailor, before you even have to consider purchasing it or consider it, you have the option to try it on first. Like I said, this doesn't happen in Character Creator 5. Character Creator 5 makes you buy a $100 outfit before you can put it on your character to see if you even like it. Fab, same thing. Fab will charge you $100 for the shirt that you want to try on your character before you can even try it on, before you know if it even works. MetaTailor lets you try it on, see it on your character, move it, scale it, work it, get it onto your character however you like it. And then when you go to export it, that's when you have to purchase it. So if you like stuff that Sadie or City GXDS has put out there, you can put it on your character first. So that's an amazing feature of this. So we've got Dobby right here. Let's lose Dobby's outfit. Let's get this gross little boy out of all of this stuff right here. And let's turn this hat back on. Where's that hat? There it is. It's going around his ears. Oh my goodness. I kind of don't want to fix that. I will spin it around though, because it needs to be backwards. Or a little bit to the side here is even good. Having a hard time getting over his huge head. I can scale it up if I need to. There we go. It's tucked in his ear right there. Like I said, all I have to do is hit effects layering. Only problem with effects layering is then I really have to try to get this to match perfectly. All on my own. It's not turning, it's basically turned it back into a dumb mesh. For something like the hat, that's okay. All right, there we go. All right, now let's import those brand new things I pulled off of Sketchfab just a second ago to get this Pledge Week ET ready to go. So I personally love kind of pulling them into Maya first just to get a glimpse at them. So let's go ahead and open up. Here's the t-shirt, here's the shorts. Let's unzip these, see what we're working with. There's the shorts again. Oh, wow. That's a lot of zip drives for just a pair of shorts. All right, so there's the shorts right there. There's the textures. Let's take it back. Open it up one more time. Peek those textures. So these might be different. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. Wonder if they're all just different or if they're actually different panels to this. I don't know. There's the shorts. Let's take a look at the t-shirt. A little bit more clean, straightforward. All right, let's go ahead and do I want to pull them up in Maya? I want to at least pull the shorts up in Maya. So while we wait for Maya to open, let's get the shirt in there. The shirt looks like it'll work just fine. Import, cloth and accessory, desktop, grab that shirt. I'm not too worried about the shirt. That looks good. It looked low poly in the actual shot. It looks low poly here. It's already got its textures. Only thing it's missing is its bump. So let's add that normal. Will it read a bump map? Not quite. It added like a weird texture because it wants a normal map, not a bump map. But that's fine. We'll run with that. Next step. Dobby. Perfect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody. I can't not be a wee bit goofy. But I mean, it just shows you the versatility of MetaTailor. All right, if you've watched any of the live streams with me, I always say aim for the neck. That's the best place to tell you how big to scale it, where to kind of sit this shirt, how it should sit on the shoulders. Starting with the neck is kind of the best place to aim for when you're getting a character set up with imported clothing. His body's a little asymmetrical, so we'll have to do, and even the shirt's a little asymmetrical. We'll have to do a little fixing here and there. That's pretty good. Confirm. We'll do our pose match. We'll bring our shoulders inwards a little bit and up a little bit higher. Our elbows are good, but we'll bring them forward a little bit and down a little bit. Bring our shoulders here forward a little bit. There we go. Everything else is doing pretty good. So we can do preview pose wrap and let it kind of like give us a guesstimate of how it's going to stretch across the body, how it's going to manipulate and move it. It didn't move it too bad. I like the look of that. So you'll notice there's still body parts sticking out. MetaTailor only needs about 60% accuracy, even less sometimes, to properly put this over a body. You're just looking for the main landmarks and how it's going to kind of create the skin weighting for this. There we go. Perfect. Sigma Kappa Dobby right here. All right, now I wanted to take a peek at those shorts. I hit the wrong button. I hate this little home button. So let's go ahead and import that FBX just to see what we're working with. Just to make sure I don't break MetaTailor. Make sure these aren't like 10 million polys. I have a habit of leaning more towards having 1,000 bazowls polys. Bad habit of mine. I just want everything to look so good and so perfect. Not a great sign that it's taking this long to import a simple FBX. And this might be a great cautionary tale for anybody who's, oh my goodness gracious. I am glad I didn't just throw this into MetaTailor. I'm glad I trusted my gut. You can see here, one side has 332,000 faces, putting this at about 664,000 faces or tries. Oh, no, that's the whole thing. It's 33, but still, that's the four sides here. 332,000 is the whole object, not half the object. But that's nuts. That's crazy. So we won't be using these shorts. These shorts are a photo scan. This would be something where you're like, I can't do that. Now, once again, if you're really good at 3D, you could try to retopologize these. If you really wanted these free shorts from the web, you could try to retopologize them. I'm not going to do that. But you can see there was a couple of red flags there before I grabbed those shorts. I could go to Sketchfab and find new shorts, or you know what? I guarantee you the marketplace has shorts. So let's go to our marketplace. Let's look up shorts. And they've even got the golf shorts I wanted. Or even these white blue flower shorts. Ooh, these are really... Let's do it. Let's do the flower shorts. They match the shirt. Don't tuck it in. Oh my gosh, Dobby. You're so uncool. There we go. Now I'm going out on a limb here. I don't think they have it, but let's see if they got one last thing in the marketplace. No, no red solo cups. There's a beer pong shirt, though. I never saw that. Look at that. Oh, let's flip our polo around. That's a better polo. And look, I just looked up a solo cup. Let's ditch this shirt that we pulled from the web, which looks beautiful. Perfect shirt. All right, so we did all of that. We messed around with all that. We pulled stuff from the marketplace. We pulled stuff from an artist within our marketplace, and we grabbed a shirt from the web, Sketchfab. Now, this does look cool, but I did realize that we were talking about this working with any clothing, so let's throw this shirt right back on there. Because this is the shirt at the end of the day that we're going to send back over to Character Creator 5, because we're not done yet. We created Dobby right here, ready to haze Malfoy, but we need to send this right back over to Character Creator 5 before we can call this stream done. Also we need some shoes. Can't have them go without shoes. Do I have the proper shoes that I'm looking for? I do. A sandal. I forget who this was for. You know, I think this was from a very, very early stream. Not even stream. I think this was just an early video of mine. One of the first videos I did where I did Akuma. I think these are sandals for Akuma from Street Fighter. So it's meant for a big giant foot. But they'll work for our purposes. And this is why I always prefer, I've talked about this before, one shoe that I mirror over. Let's hit confirm and see if it tailors the bottom for us. Does a little bit. It's not going to want to go through the toes. That's the problem. So I did all that and it's trying to move it around those toes. So let's do apply layering, or effects layering, and just pull those down a little bit. And just compensate for the bottom of the foot ourselves. It'll be peeking through a little bit. That's okay. I don't know. Let's use a tool. Let's use a push-pull tool. There you go. One click. Mirror it over. Now we can send them back. Now he's ready to Leviosa a keg. Save. Let's send it back. Export. Send to CC4. Oh, it's done already. You guys ready? Let's go back. Let's see it all importing. It's thinking. I got a better joke. I've been sitting here going through the Harry Potter spells in my head. Got a better joke. Might make you guys cringe. Borderline dad joke. This is art. There he is. Wingardium Leviosa, dude. There it is. There it is. Good joke, right? Good joke. All right, I gotta take a screenshot of this for Discord. All right. There you go. That's how easy it is. That is our stream for the Character Creator 5 plugin. We moved 2 avatars back and forth. We swapped avatars. We swapped clothing. We pulled clothing off the web. And all of it just worked. That's my motto. That's my motto for MetaTailor. It just works. We did all this random crazy stuff, and it just works. So thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you once again for humoring me when I have the opportunity to be silly. I take it. Even though I said I was going to be serious. I cannot help myself. If I see the opportunity, I take it. All right, that is the power of MetaTailor. That is the power of MetaTailor right here on your screens. You cannot do this in any other program with the ease that we just did this. We just changed a character's outfit to something completely off-brand, off-genre, and it just works. There's nothing else out there like MetaTailor. So if you like this video, if you want to see more live streams like this one, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow us on our Discord channel. I'll drop the Discord link up in just a moment again, but make sure you follow that. That's where we announce our live streams. That's where we announce new updates. That's where we announce anything new to MetaTailor. That's where we have secret live streams for those of our for those Discord users, so you get the news before anybody else. So make sure you sign up for our Discord. Amazing community. But that's it for tonight, everybody. Thank you once again so much. Have a great night and go get dressed. I'll see you later.